Hi, I'm Donna Joyasha. I'm an author. I write several different genres. You can check me out. There'll be a link with this. You can go to Amazon and check out all my different books, see if maybe there's something there you like. Welcome to my world. So this is basically my office, what I call Authorland, and I've got down, I don't know if you can see, I can see if I can get down there, on her little bed. She's kind of blended in with her blankie. That is my little writing buddy, Ebony. So she's my sidekick in my office. But today I wanted to talk to you about 10 things that I really hate as an author. So not 10 things I hate in general, but just from an author's point of view, so 10 things that I hate. Because it's pretty funny, it's pretty amusing, these things that come up that people don't realise that we put up with. So the first thing that I really hate from being an author, as a point of view, is when people find out that you're an author and they immediately want to tell you about their amazing book idea. And then they bell you up and they tell you about this, and then they're waiting for you to basically run with it, like to take the ball and run with it and go, oh my God, that's amazing, and then go and write this book. But they're also doing it in such a way that they've birthed this idea, they've done the hard work, and now all you have to do is go and write it. Now, whereas the hard part is not coming up with the initial concept idea. Obviously, the hard part is then actually going and fleshing it out and writing the thing, and that takes months. So that's one thing I hate. And I always feel like saying to them, if it's such a good idea, you go write the book. Because, you know, I've got plenty of my own ideas that I can be working on. I've got a few different series. I've got different spin-off things I could be working on. I'd rather be writing my own stuff, thanks. So that's the first thing I hate, when other people want to tell you their idea and then expect you to see how amazing it is and to take it and run with it. The second thing I hate is when you get a 1-star review on Amazon and you're reading it. I mean, I don't do this much anymore. I don't read my 1-star reviews at all anymore because it's just depressing, right? And there's plenty of 5-star reviews I could be reading instead. But 1-star reviews on Amazon that say, I never read this book. So I'm guessing that, you know, Amazon sends out these emails to you, you know, what did you think of this book? And then you can star rate it. And then these people either don't realise that they downloaded it and haven't read it, or maybe they just never downloaded it and Amazon's mucking up on their end, right? Sending these emails out to people who have never actually even looked at your work. And then they automatically just write, I never read this book, and give you 1 star. I mean, seriously, people, just don't write anything. If you didn't read the book, you don't have to give it a review. You don't have to give it a star rating, especially don't give it a 1-star review. I mean, do you know how hard we work to get our star rating up? Because that's one of the things within Amazon that gets us a bit of organic show. Okay, so Amazon looks at how many people are actually downloading your book or reading your book, and then at your star rating, and that's one of the important factors that comes into whether or not they actually show your book to people. So when we get 1-star reviews, it drags our rating down and it decreases our ability to have our book shown organically. So that's something I really hate, that. Okay. The third thing I hate is Amazon quality complaints for a couple of typos. So I have to admit, this is a bit better now. Amazon used to just blanket, if someone put a quality complaint in about your book, I mean, I didn't even know you could do that, right, until I got one. I'm like, what the hell is this thing? If someone put a quality complaint in about your book, then they would just email it, and then they would threaten to take your book down until you fixed it. Now, sure, if it's like, because occasionally I had something, I used to use this software program where the coding, I don't know, something happened when I was downloading it in the software, in the back end of the software, and it did this sort of like, it took a couple of sentences and jumbled them up, and then it kind of like just threw them through the book a few times. So yeah, I need to know about that, right, when that happens. But if you've got a couple of typos in there, just read on, people, seriously. I see them in professionally published books from publishing houses, not just self-published authors, but I see them in books that have had like been published in publishing houses. I often find typos. You don't see me putting in quality complaints, right? But what happens when Amazon was sending out these quality complaints is that they were forcing us to fix them. And so you have to go into your file, and then often what it would be like they would give you in the Kindle where it was, but then it depends on how big the font is or how small it is, and they would give you like 1 sentence or half a sentence. So then you're trying to find this typo in this book when you have no freaking idea what part of the book it is in, right? Then you finally find this one typo, and then you have to reformat it and print it off. And as I said, at the time I was having this trouble with the software program where it was jumbling stuff up. So every time I was reformatting a book, I was having to read the entire freaking book, right? Scan through it. You have no idea how sick you get of your own words when you've read it like 20 times. So I would have to format the book off again and then load it up again, and all because of a couple of typos. Now, I have to admit, Amazon is better these days. They actually now look at the complaint, and if they decree that it's not major, it's not going to take away from the enjoyment of the reader, then they don't bother even letting you know about it. Or they might let you know about it, but say you don't need to do anything about it. So that is something that is getting better, but it used to drive me crazy. So the fourth thing and I got to admit, this only happened to me once, but it was enough to make me see red. So somebody who actually wrote to me to thank me for my free book, that's obviously not made me mad, right? I didn't get mad about that. That was lovely. So I'm reading this lovely email. Thank you so much for your free book. I really enjoyed it. And then the next part was, but you know, I guess I'll never get to find out what happens in the rest of the series or to this character because I never pay for books. I only ever read free books. So I basically said, I only ever read the first book of a series. And I found that personally offensive because it was like, we've gone to all this hard effort and work to write this series and these books, and we're not only giving them away for free, but then we're selling them for like 99 cents sometimes, $2.99, our hard work. And we've invested not only a lot of time and effort into these books, but we've also invested money, like, you know, paying for editors and paying for cover designs and things like that. So there's a lot of personal investment has gone into being able to put these books out there. And then to have someone come and say, oh, I don't actually ever pay for books, or won't pay for books, I found that really offensive. Anyway, it's one of my pet hates. Well, actually, you know what, up there with that one, and I didn't actually have this one, but I'm just thinking about it now, but let's roll them in together, is people who download books from sites where it's pirated. And that's the same thing with movies as well. I hate that. I hate pirated sites, because there's a lot of people who invested their time and energy and money into these things, and then when you're getting it for free or you're taking it for a pirated site, you're basically ripping them off. And you're coming at it. With movies, people come at it from the point of view, oh, they're making millions of dollars anyway. You know, and maybe they're thinking the same thing about authors, but we don't. We don't make millions of dollars. We don't even write. Look, some of us aren't even making hundreds of dollars a month. You know, with 10, 15 books out there. We're struggling to just get eyes on the book and get people to download them because there's so much competition out there. So we're not making a lot of money. And so when people are then pirating and downloading them for free, and I've found my books on pirated sites, it's really disappointing. That's a real pet hate that I really do like. It's not even a funny one, that one. I hate that. Anyway, okay, rant over. The next thing I hate, another one-star review thing. A one-star review that starts with the person saying, I don't actually like this genre, so I don't know why I downloaded this book. So if you don't like the genre, very good chance you're not going to like my book anyway, right? So don't download it, or don't bother giving it a one-star review. If you really love the genre and the book sucks, sure, give me a one-star review. But if it's not your thing, then just don't read it. Move on, people. Go back to the genre that you like. You don't have to read stuff that you don't enjoy. Okay. The sixth thing I hate, and let's come back to Amazon quality complaints again, is when someone in America puts a quality complaint in my work because I'm Australian and I spell words differently. So a lot of words that you have, that Americans have Z's in, we have S's. For instance, you spell check that you would write out for the bank, C-H-E-C-K. We spell it C-H-E-Q-U-E. So Australians and English, United Kingdom, we have the same spelling on a lot of stuff. And for some reason, a lot of people in America don't realise that. So you get these quality complaints that are really, or people, in reviews complaining about it, about all the spelling errors listed all the way through it. And they're not spelling errors when you're Australian or when you're English. Okay, so I hate that one too. So the seventh thing I hate is algorithm changes. So that's to do with trying to get your book getting visibility. So once upon a time in a far off land, many, many years ago, I used to get a lot of organic show on Amazon because a lot of people were buying my books, a lot of people were writing great reviews. I had a lot of reviews, high star reviews. So Amazon was automatically, organically showing my book to people that they thought would like it. Amazing, right? And then they changed their algorithm and they moved away from organic show to paid shows. And that's when they brought in Amazon ads. So my book sales just because all of a sudden they're not showing my book organically. You know, all of a sudden I have to pay for the right to have my book shown, and now I'm competing with a lot of other people for bid rights, and, you know, trying to work out keywords and authors and all this, trying to learn all the Amazon ad world, right? Which is crazy slow. Amazon ads, it's hard to work out what's going on because everything happens so slowly in Amazon ad world as opposed to something like Facebook. Just when we think we're getting it right, with Amazon, and just when you're starting to work out how to get it and how to get your book shown with the ads and stuff, they change their algorithm again, and then down again. So it's almost like they don't want us to make money. I mean, I'm sure they do, right? Because they make money when people buy our books, and I know they're always trying to. Well, look, the shift from organic show to ad spend, that was just a money-making thing, right? And I get it, they're a business, they've got to make money. But to go from showing books to people that they know will like, because they like that genre, and that they know I've got star ratings, I mean, that's trying to keep their audience happy, right? And when they go from that to ad spend, then all of a sudden the people are getting shown a lot of books they probably don't like, probably don't want, because it's up to the person who's creating the ad to say what they want to put in and how much they're willing to bid. The next algorithm change, I suspect, was more to do with the audience and trying to keep their audience happy, but still, again, every time there's an algorithm change, whether it be on Amazon or Facebook, it's just like everyone's ad spend goes up, and their cost, you know, per conversion goes down, and all of a sudden, sometimes you can go from being able to make money selling a book to not being able to make money selling a book. It's a bit crazy. Okay, number 7, algorithm changes. Big rant there. The 8th thing is when people tell you you're lucky to have written a book, or you're lucky to have your book self-published. All right, I'm not published. I mean, some of my audio stuff has been published by publishing houses, but all my ebooks and print books are self-published. People tell you you're lucky to have a book published. I mean, seriously, what sort of world did luck come into it? There's a lot of hard work and grit and working stuff out and learning how to do things and determination. That's what went into publishing a book. So all those authors out there who have their self-published books, or have even, oh my God, authors who have managed to get a publishing house to publish your books, kudos to you people for going out there and getting your book out there and actually getting it seen, and for having the tenaciousness to keep going until someone picked up your book. I mean, that's amazing. Okay, we are not lucky to have our books published. We work really hard at it. The 9th thing I hate is, back to Amazon ads, is having an ad rejected because I've made a claim I can't validate, but then they don't give me any way to validate it. So it's a lot of my books have actually won awards. So when I first started doing Amazon ads, I would say award winning, because it had won awards, and then my ad would get rejected because it had the word award-winning in there, even though in the actual book, when you go to the book on Amazon itself, it says, I actually list the awards that it's won right at the top. I mean, I guess I could be making that up, right? Still, but they let me put that when you go to the book, and you can actually see it in my spiel about the book. I've got the awards it's won. I can put that there. But when it comes to just doing an ad, I can't, for some reason, automatically, I can't prove that my book's award-winning. But then they don't give you any way to do it. It's not like you can then go and, hey, here's my awards that I won for my books, and here's the site, and here's, you know, what it is. I mean, to be totally honest, I don't think I would be able to do that anyway. But even if I could, I don't have any way to do it. So that's the 9th thing I hate. Amazon ad rejections for something that I can't validate, but then being given no way to validate it. And then the 10th thing I like is back to 1-star reviews, and 1-star reviews where the review actually goes on to be a personal attack. I mean, any star review where it becomes a personal attack and not about you. I had one once that was so horrendous. I was like, honestly, I cried. It was awful, going on about what a horrible person. I mean, now if I read it, I would probably laugh, a bit ridiculous, but back then I was maybe going through a bit of a tough time in my life. But it's never nice to read something about yourself out there on the internet where someone's a personal attack about you. And I'm not sure where that came from, because this person didn't even know me. But still horrible, 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 horrible. So 1-star reviews that are personal attacks and not just about the quality of your book or the fact that I didn't like your story. So there you go. That's my 10 top rants, top things I hate as being an author. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you like my video and subscribe to my channel so that you can see more of my videos. Now, I don't always do rants. I don't normally talk about things that I hate. I normally talk about stuff to do with my writing and stuff that I love and that I'm passionate about. So if this is the first video of mine that you watch, don't worry. It's not all angry. I'm very rarely angry. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and I will see you in the next video.